Okay, so let me use this medium to welcome all of us to this call. And I want to plead with everyone to be personal in their business, especially this year we have just entered into 2023, and use all your energy to pursue something productive. I mean, uh, not to look sideways, anything that's not going to be adding up to your business and to the profiting of your venture. You just reserve those energy for what will help you build your business. We're looking at business combo, plan B business special combo, and we have highlighted three, four things inside the business combo. It's not different from what we've been doing, but something prompted that. We've seen that people actually come into the space and do not identify what exactly they're looking for. They get carried away by what they hear people say in the space, and they become victims of those terminologies and you know all of those jargon in the space. Let me give us an idea right now. You hear me most time I will said cash is king. I didn't mean cash is everything, but is king, but there's a king maker. Now, if you're in the space of the internet business, the digital space, I've said like yesterday, one of my training, and I was talking about identifying your niche and then what exactly you want to specialize for in the space. And of course, you now know where to diversify to. There's what we call specialty, and there's what we call diversification. Now, everyone wants to make money. Now, in this space is big. The financial market is a very large market, and it have different departmentalized system. But you must know that beyond the chart we read to trade, there are other factors which we call the macroeconomy, either in the forex market or in the crypto market, irrespective of the market. And of course, some of those other higher markets that are look like reserve market that are not for retail traders, most especially, like the bond, the ventures, the stock market, and all of that, are predominantly for business entities like the capitalist environment. That's why you see that the most very great mature market you can find in the space is number one, the stock market and the bond market. However, the movement is not as drastic as what we experience in other markets, right? So please, I beg you, this is 2023. You have to be focused and learn, continue to learn and understand I have said the crypto is bench on, interest, politics, game, the rule of the game. So don't pretend to not to know and don't pretend to know too much because you will be messed up if you don't accord yourself, in those respect. We have put these things together and to actually teach people. Today is going to be more deeper because we expected if you are new though, fine. We still direct you. But those of us who are old is to re-emphasize and expand our horizon of knowledge. Because when you want to do well in business, you have to do two things. The vertical and the horizontal knowledge is expected of you to build on. And that's exactly what we're trying to build on. We're not here for those marketing gimmicks or hypes, try to make you feel good. There is no benefit there, right? But it's for you to understand. First, in Plan B, we emphasize more on 5 years to financial freedom. And I've said this in one of the memo we released that, the best you can do to yourself now is to take 2023 as the beginning of your 5 years to financial freedom. If that is the case, you can now be able to plan your itinerary and add the required arsenals that you should use for your itinerary. So by that, be that as it may, we want the first step we have looked at was like passive income system, and that's why we found the tool, though we're going to elaborate on it more today. And the tool we found, of course, it's not far-fetched, it's the evergreen we found that's going to be helping us to navigate the financial market and the aspect of the forex market. Now, you do not need to know anything. You do not need to know how to trade. You do not need to have the understanding of the macroeconomy, like um, I usually say, I say you allow the tool to do the dirty job for you while you stay back and make your money. But are we just emphasizing on you making the money? No. Our emphasis is that even if you make this money, we still want to work with you to know how to spread this money, to know how to allocate. This is a time of allocation. And so that you, number one, you will not be under pressure when needs arise. Number two, you still be able to accumulate required digital asset. And that will help you eventually towards going to the next bull run. So, but if you do not plan yourself right now, bull run we're shouting, 2022 has gone, and of course, it's throughout the bear market, as it were. 2023 too is going to be mixed with ups and downs. We have a relief rally. There's going to have a relief rally, but don't be surprised from this month, for instance, this month of January to the month of March, you may see a lot of funny things, funny, terrible volatility in the market that can take Bitcoin maybe down to the 9,000 I expected. Okay. Um, don't be afraid. Okay. Don't be afraid. But if it does happen, all you do is you are planning your itinerary and your arsenal on how to attack the market as effective as possible. So why am I saying all of this? So that you prepare your mind to be more mature in the market. Maturity help you to cipher some noise, and be able to concentrate. And additional I will add to is that so many projects will be coming out, but it only takes discipline because I've been, in fact, I've been approached with so many funny schemes that it's not anything you even say, let me take advantage of. So you look at it, okay, a very planned Ponzi schemes that you'll be tempted to say, it's like they are good because you have this factor, you have this factor. But in the other way around, you look at, if you're not careful, you'll be carried away and be distracted to want to pick all of those things. So sorry, I'm not saying all of this for us not to take advantage of some opportunity, but I'm saying define your goal, 5 years to financial freedom. If that's the case, what's your niche? You have been able to identify your niche. Okay, we said we added up of this tool to say passive income is required. Now, why do we get so crazy about the passive income tool we have identified, especially the evergreen FFS? Number one is decentralized, right? Number two, it's flexible. The flexibility is that my money is literally in my bank account, which is your broker. Now, it's not your choice to now want to, good thing we have the Dean of Forex Namis, who probably can give us some of those factors. What are the two? What are the things required to select a reliable, or what make a broker, good and make it more secure and all of that? Yeah, that because like there was a particular broker that I was checking the other day. I said, okay, I was going to communicate in a community that over time we may not use that broker, or if some of us who are using it fine, but some new people who will not allow them to use it. I may not need to. This is a media. I will not need to mention because I'm not bad marketing any broker. Why? Because I have to go more deeper for research, right? Because we're talking about security of people's funds and all of that. So we said, oh, this is decentralized, this is flexible. What do I mean by flexible? The flexibility of it is that even when trade is going on, not all my fund is engaged in trading. God forbid, should there be any emergency and you want to take out money to get those things fixed, yeah, you can quickly do that. But we're not mentoring you people to just make money. Fine, you have a platform that's going to be generating additional maybe 10, 15, 20, 30, 25, or even sometimes 40% in a month. And the only thing you think of doing is when you scoop out this money to buy, new shoes, new cars. No, no. What we're doing is that we want to leverage on the market, and then we have a platform that can help us even when we make mistakes in our personal trading. Those one can be given us as a backup. That's number one reason. So that's why we're working with the tool. And we expected you'll be surprised, and it will be a very big surprise to you though, to hear that I am talking about, I'm so much emphasizing and talking more about the evergreen FFS. It will shock you, say, it doesn't mean that this evergreen FFS have given Felix maybe a kind of, are they patrolling Felix? No. I sat down and I saw what can be more beautiful than a decentralized system. I don't think there are, because we still have some that we do that are centralized, but we are doing like this. No matter how good it sounds to be, where we've had a lot of program now that are just, recent I heard that the activities are slowed down, and they have run for more than 2 or 3 years. And in fact, I'm sure people who were on such platform were already talking and making so much noise that finally their company had come to stay, but eventually after 2, 3 years. You know why? I've been in a company that stayed, and I was with them for 8 years. That's 7 years. Going to the 8 years was when they crashed. So Ponzi scheme don't use years to measure the originality of a company. If you use that, you may fail, because we have seen companies that have stayed more than 5 years, 6 years. I personally, Felix, and I know good number of Plan B2 invested there. And you can see, I know maybe I may not even mention it to a lot of people. It was at the 8 years that I plug in more money, not even my own money I reserve for my wife's business. All right, is a media. If I call the amount, some of you will like, Felix, it's like you're very stupid. No, you won't call it stupidity, because a company I've been with for more than 7 to get to 8 years. And now it's like my confidence is built on it. So for that, I was going to plug in more money. So crazily pumping that money, man, it was mad. And I know some of our people in Plan B who had to pay people back their money because of trouble on them. So in other words, tell you that no matter how fantastic a centralized system looks like, don't rule it out that it can go down anytime. So even if I'm going to be patronizing some centralized platform, number one, I have to check, there are factors I will check though, but those are not yardstick though that's going to sustain that centralized platform. So you can now see my emphasis and why I'm so crazy about the Evergreen first to talking much about it, because my look is how to help people make money and then help them to generate fund that they'll be able to build their business more and more as well. So we have set 4 cardinal areas. 1, the passive income. 2, how to now help you to build your career trading. And your career trading, we're talking about the FX and at least the crypto. So the FX and the crypto, you are not going to be, I'm sure the Dean of Forex is not going to be putting you people through on their scalping and all of that. If it's scalping you're looking for, well, I'm not sure you're going to get that healthily from us. What you're going to be getting is strategic entry and exit. Strategic. What I mean strategic is going to be more of swing and not scalping. And then with the crypto, some of you who love, you want to get yourself try on future, and that was why we send you link for CoinW, because apart from us giving you some support information, CoinW have make a lot of resources available for even beginners and all of that. So that's going to help us for as much as number of our community. But yet, when you are even operating that, you operate as Plan B, because your brain set is, hey, I'm coming in here to leverage on this. I never depend on anything. And that's why no matter what happened to me, I've incurred a lot of losses in business. I don't need to tell you. And in as much as I didn't tell you how much I've made, and I don't need to tell you how much losses I've incurred. But in losses, I've incurred a lot. In profit, I've made a lot. So that's just the truth. So I will become ungrateful to God to tell you that, okay, I've not made money, or I've not lost money. So money had been lost, and we keep losing. If that's what Tedola say, we are billionaires because we lost millions. So you don't get that twisted. I'm not a motivational speaker, and I will never plan to be one. So I didn't come to 2023 to now become one. So I will never, I am not. So I don't need to motivate you, okay? So with that, the first segment was this. We are doing all our best to make sure you have the right tool to use so that you can leverage on the passive income, number one. Number two, you can build your career trading strategy. Get this behind your mind, that trading is not all what it takes to make money in the financial market. Get it right. And even the trading most motivational speaker or YouTubers give to you, they give you the aspect of trading on scalping. Get it right. Don't get too much addicted to scalping. A scalper is a scammer. No scalper can succeed against macroeconomy. Macroeconomy have impact on scalper, and that is the best and the simplest way of capitalists, the market makers to manipulate the market. If you're a scalper, you can attest with me and agree that even when you don't say it openly, you lose more money than what you make. There's no significant impact that you made $500 in a particular day, and the next 1 month you lose $2,000. It doesn't make any economic sense. So understand the macroeconomy is important. And that's why sometimes when I talk to some persons about this business, about the market, they look at me, are you kidding me? There have seen some persons who have fought me on social media, and they were like, oh, not everything that of importance I will need to tell you on social media. It's not necessary. If really what I'm using is working for me, it's out of love that we share with people, not because of marketing hypes and all of that. No, we do not need that. So in the FX, don't expect that we're going to show you scalping. In the crypto, don't expect that I'm going to, of course, I'm not a scalper. I'm a swing trader, I'm an investor, right? And I'm a long-term holder. So understand that we're going to be doing all of this little by little so that you propel yourself to know that this is 2023 beyond the gimmicks and hype people are doing. Then the third thing is project diversification. Please get this clear. In project diversification, I have a lot of projects that we ventured into and the roadmap they claim to be, but deviating from those roadmaps. So what to do is not to use my energy, all right? Is not to use my energy to continue to propel such project. It's just to look at by the side and then be looking at my exit when I know there are a lot of complementary factor of project that will represent as if it's a very strong project eventually. Because hypes without practicals, we pump some coins at a point and they dump it eventually that it may never rise again. And all of those things anyway, on the surface, I'll be going to be showing you, but understand that the people that will get access to some of those sentiment, I use a lot of sentiment in my business, especially in the crypto, right? My data are more sentimental data. I may not give you, all right, of course, if you are not a subscriber to be with me or private mentorship especially. But let me tell you, you do not need to be there before you can get some split of it. Another example, I think some of us, we saw what happened on Midas, and you attest with me, those of you who were following, we still make insane money on it. I know how much I made. I don't need to tell you. We saw what happened on the price of Sisu. I know how much, even yesterday, I know how much I made, all right? Why? Because of something I was telling, let me see if I can just share my screen so that we understand all of those sentiments before I'm going to invite the Dean of Forest to take us on something very, very, let me show you guys something. So don't get carried away by, people, they tell you so many things, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. You are absolutely responsible. This is your life. This is your money. This is your business. So anything of like hypes, just make believe. Don't believe in it. I don't buy into that. I leverage, I use things, I do not depend on things. So if you allow people marketing gimmicks, okay, you can see Sisu have killed the structure already. The question you ask me is that this is a token that's a shitcoin, right? I'm an investor in their platform, but we do not really know what may happen to such coin. But let me tell you something. In the process, this same coin, look at what I did, and which of course, I didn't even use this one. This was not even only like to, this information was not only revealed to like only people imbue with me or private mentorship. Now, when this thing was at about 90 something, 907, yeah, that 907. Now we bought some. I hope I can see that, please. Okay, let's say you were unable to buy at 907, but you bought at 80. I think many bought at 8025. Yeah, something like this. Okay, now 8025, and I was emphasizing on if it can break this resistance, we go a wire, but this was a major resistance for it. That was 541%. Now, these are opportunity token that you do not need over technical analysis and all of that. Just because you know about the, the gimmicks they are doing, the permutation and combination. Now, if $100 was injected to this, right? So $100, 500% of $100 is $500, 41%, $541. So it will be $541 profit, all right? That's crazy. Now, but I did one analysis was yesterday where $100 gave us 2,300 and something dollars, because at the price we sold, I think we sold at 190. Yeah, 192, thereabout, or somewhere here. Okay, because of the price at about 9090, yeah, 908, thereabout. So we saw that $100 gave about, yeah, gave about $2,700, and that's okay. This dump, I saw a very strong support here. This one wasted too much time, and then the moment this got broken, we know that nothing was holding it not to go down here, and we could see now. And we said there was going to be a bounce, not only because of technical checking, but because of the behavior and the permutation people were doing. We already know the information that, to me, when you are in the market, that is a strategic macro information. You're already part of the system, you know the gimmicks, the permutation they were doing. That's a macro information. You now come to, there's something we do in our swing trading cycle. We call something about the fundamental. The fundamental is your cross-examination, what we call, in the law code, they call it evidence. What do they, okay. Now, some of those cross-examination, there's evidence you brought, all right? Those evidence you brought, exhibit, okay, those are exhibits you brought. Now to come and plot, to know what to plot. Now, when you now know what to plot, based on that, you took the exhibit from fundamental, which can be macro, or you have access to inside that cycle information, and you brought it over here to now check. And when you plot it, oh, now you'll be more confident more than when you're just plotting something for plotting's sake, and you didn't take into cognizance those macro information, insider information that can thwart, either extend or contrast your timing of the technical review you are doing. Now, and I did told yesterday or 3 days ago that in as much as it broke here, I will wait for it at 805. And it did. And I say out of the money that was sold, 2,300, that $1,000 can be taken to buy, and was bought at 50, even though it is about 4. So what that, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that, what did I say I was going to do? I say at 5, I will take, and I took. And I said, I see it recovering back, a violence move, because it was like a kind of pole to pole. It was going to recover back to 8.5. Of course, it did recover to 8.7. So I said, this line is going to create a resistance for it. It will dump back. Now at 8.5 was sold, even though it went to 8.7 or thereabout. So that's not your business. Your business is your target of 8.5. And we said that's half of that volume that was bought was sold at $1,020. Now, half of it was still there, not sold. Yes, as the dump happened, no problem. Why do you have to sell half here? Because if you say, why don't you sell all here? No, it is not reasonable, practicable. If you sell all here and it broke all this barrier eventually, or you hinge around this place and find its way to break all this, then you start regretting. Now, no regrets whatsoever. If all have been sold here, you will have sold it at $2,000 plus thereabout, but half was sold and 1,000 was gotten. Remember, the genesis of the business was $100 and took up to $2,370. We just say summary, $2,300, all right, and was sold, all right. As was sold, half of the money was deployed back to the market at this point, right? Now, that means out of 2,300, $1,000 was removed out. There's still remaining $1,300, just being practicable for you guys. Now, if that is the case, now the $1,000 is deployed and he bought good volume, and half of it was sold at $1,020. That means that $1,000 is back and send back to that 2000, 1003, that means 2300 is there. Then there's still more volume, about 120 billion. Yes, fine. It's very possible that I can go back to the dust again to 909, right? 909, because this support has been broken, so you can see just literally to support downward here or somewhere here at, that was why I said, okay, looking at about 8022 or 8025 thereabout. So if that is the case, we have that. If it comes down there, fine and good. You know, that's one of my, let me show you guys something here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sisu. Okay. Now this is Sisu. So over the last 7 days, Sisu Exchange has been showing bearish signs. The coin dropped 76%. Due to this, we expect a slight recovery within the next week as investors take advantage of this dip as an opportunity to buy more. Okay. Now, this is the point. Now, you're just imagining, just like you're comparing so many data, because if you're a businessman, you need to have different sources of information that are valid to combine together and make your sentimental. Now, your sentimental decision is not just to create sentiment for, I prefer this person to do. That's not the sentiment. Sentiment of, I'm selfish about my money, and what I want is cash is king. So I use, there are kings maker. So part of the king maker could be Sisu, could be Midas, could be so many other coins, and then you take, all right? Well, I'm just showing all this so that your perspective should be wider. As we are taking you through the journey, your perspective should be wider. You don't need to be a victim to any program. Oh, I'm the top leader, African leader, the regional leader. Leave those funny things. They are not what you should be looking at. Okay? I did tell us again to buy this coin. Now it's moving ejaculaously. Yeah, it's moving ejaculaously right now. We're going to start just to take you a dimension that we mean what we are doing. We're not joking. We're not a joker. We don't have time for joking. We have time for things to do. We are here to make money, and we are here to help people to make money. We're here to show people the way to go, right? We are not here to, just jamboree and all of that. Now, this is a project that people are building a network on. In fact, in Nigeria now, I think they are so crazy about it. I'm sorry, because I do not have enough time to have shared this thing with us for long. When I was prospected about this project, you can imagine last year, December, right? Last year, December, the coin, okay, December 8, the coin was at about, okay, last year, December, the coin was at about $3 or thereabouts. So, but at the point I saw it about $5 and all of that, right? Now, you can see the coin now. Now, what do you think is pushing this coin up and up? Let me just show you guys. So that when you come into the market and be selfish about your money, you want to make crazy money, okay? So all of those noise people is going to tell you, the CEO said this and all of that. I'm not saying you should not agree with your CEO statement, okay? Where is this guy? Sorry about that. I think we have a network glitch challenge. Yeah, so now see, is it depth? Okay. Okay. So now you can see for anyone who even didn't know on time, because a lot of people, what they are doing on it, they are building a very serious network marketing on it, yeah? And so much hype around it. Technically, when this thing is going to crash down, will be so wide, a staircase up and a pull down, you understand? Now, for those of us who are getting to here late, so it's a little bit risky though, but I'm just like using example. For me, let's say somebody who I bought from $10, to this point, he has done 100% plus. Now, for somebody who had bought, coming, sorry for that. Let's use day, A double bottom. There was a time, there was about $3. Okay, so let's use our calculator. So now imagine at about $5, I think I saw at $5. Now at about $5, right? Now it's about $23. So $5. So additional $15, that's 300% plus and all of that. So now maybe $1,000 was deployed to it. Now I can begin to cash out some. Now, but what we're looking for is that the moment you break all over about this place, then you can say a massive crazy move is going to come. Now, but something's going to help the massive crazy move. High. Now, because this project has started some time in South Africa, guys have been building this platform, and then people put a lot of money. And then after, maybe when they cash out some money, they were selling. And of course, you have a very drastic drop at a double bottom. Those of you understand the, chart pattern. And then after the double bottom, what happened? You have a recovery. The neckline got broken, here, 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 here. Then there was a violent move, of course, and then broke all over it and then continued to move up. So now I'm not telling you to buy, though. If you want to buy, because I remember I told people if you want to buy little when it was $20 or $21, so say $23 now. And why? Because the noise in the market about the network marketers about the project is high, and that can form my macro, macro news and information. And for me, is to continue to follow their noise, their mouth, their talking, and all of that. And then, so I'm going to make a lot of money. Yeah. So I'm just sharing all of this with us to understand. The same vein we talked about. All right. The same vein we talked about this guy, Midas guy. Okay, don't know where it is now. So please, you are here. We are here for a very serious business, okay? And then I want you to be very serious. Take note of every fundamental things we're mentioning, and that's going to help you a lot. Okay, this guy has really come down. Because I saw it last at 50 cents, and now anyone who must have bought at about 207 or even 10 cents or 16 cents. So from 10 cents to 40 cents is additional 300%. To 50 cents, that's about additional 400%. And then you could have sold, and then wait for it again, maybe probably when it come down, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so I'm just sharing all of this with us to have an idea that what we have in stock is beyond just making noise, but it has to show you and teach you sentiment of making insane money 2023, building your portfolio, and then be able to help yourself for the financial freedom we actually get crazy about. Okay, so gentlemen and ladies, I know you are here. So this morning, the next before I will return back and take us on the ride of some coins too, and then we have said first in the passive income system, the tool we use. Then the second is for career trader, both in forex and crypto. Of course, we have told you different permutation you can use in career trading, and then talked about the project diversifications and all of that, how to leverage, not to depend on any project, but to leverage on them, and then the affiliate system. Now, there is actually nothing wrong with affiliate, but listen here. What is wrong with affiliate is the people promoting it. The system itself is good, but the promoters are wicked. I'm from there. I knew what I saw. I've seen that majority of us who probably will be privileged to be a top leader on most of those platforms, what they are crazy about is not how sophisticated the project could be, how it could better your life. What they are always concerned about, they are around a big leader. For that, they don't want to come down. So, and it is slapping face for them to go and start a new project. And where would they go? Or, in fact, by virtue, some of them do not even have any other skill. What do I mean by any other skill? They don't know any other thing. They don't know what to do. Even as big as financial market is, they don't have a niche. Yes, I'm not saying network marketing is not a good deal, but you see that, the average in Africa, you can tell most of the leaders will always counsel you, channeling towards that thing they're promoting. I tell you how every other thing is bad, it's not good, and all of that. So and I ask people, how long will you? Yes, fine. We know it's a career. Sometimes some people build it as a career, But the point there is that in Nigeria, we misunderstood the concept. Number one, the concept of building a network market is actually not a kind of quick stop. The concept of network marketing is built over the years because you're actually building a community. It can take you 10 years, 20 years to build giant team. And then when you build a giant team, you build giant of people of different skills within your ecosystem, beyond just like getting crazy, just like now, maybe if I'm talking now, we're talking about the tool now on Evergreen FFS. Our emphasis on it is the utility that people are going to use, but it has an affiliate, which if we teach our people how to leverage on the affiliate, they can make good money. And the money they should make is not how to be, oh, I'm a top leader in the Evergreen FFS, because you can rank to make some insane money. Let's say somebody who is already at the rank of making $75,000, on as a rank bonus, and at the same time, every time people connected with you, you are making money from the rebate or something of the trader earning and all of those profit sharing and all of that. You begin to make insane money, and then that makes, if that what gets stuck to your brain, then the purpose of affiliate is denied. The purpose is that to be able to help as many persons as possible, but that does not remove your sense of judgment, all right? To say, oh, this thing is not working. Let me use another example. We connected to a boat on Alias trade, and then while we're going, ordinarily, as people are trading, they make money, they lose money, and all of that. They will pay gas fee, and you, the leader, you can be making from there. It didn't take me 1 second to tell everybody stop the boat. Why? The purpose of the boat is not the referral bonus I am going to make or any leader is going to make. The purpose is that how to increase the fund of every members who participated in it. And so if we are losing so much trade, of what purpose, are we going to be talking and announcing about the boat, right? The same thing, some projects we get involved in. Now you have investors who have invested like $20,000, $100,000, and eventually in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they cannot even boast of their capital. And it's not flexible that they can say, okay, since it's not working, let me remove my capital. The capital is already impacted negatively. And it's to be telling them super stories of in the next 5 years or 20 years, let it be they just go and buy legacy coin and keep and wait for it for the next 10 years, not being entangled in a platform. Okay, understand it. So that's why our own community, we are flexible and dynamic, put you through the right thing if you care to listen, okay? So before I will come back in the subsequent segment, I'm going to invite a very powerful man that's going to be taking us on the passive income. And of course, he will take on the passive income, the tool, the Evergreen FFS will take. Practical, he will going to log in. So he's going to log in and show you. And of course, he himself is Forex himself. So he's going to show you and what are the unique selling points that make us to adopt it. There are so many boats we are hearing everywhere. People are talking about. In fact, there's a boat I'm still experimenting in my phone now. But I cannot share with anybody. Some people have even prospected me on the boat, but I just told them, okay, I'll get back to you. I didn't tell them I've been on that boat for more than 1 month or plus. But I'm not yet, yes, people are making money, but I'm not yet convinced about the functionality, about the boat, because it's in Forex future trading. I'm not yet convinced about the boat, but my money is there, right? I'm experimenting, but I have not coughed. I've not told anybody in plan B. I'm not, many of them don't even know I'm there. A few people chatted with me. This thing, I just told them, okay, it's good, continue. If you want to do, you can go ahead. I didn't tell the fellow that I am there, So, but the fellow who chatted, many of them who chatted would be they're only looking at how to market. I told them, no, I'm not carried away by my. If you push things that are worthwhile, that has value, you will make insane money. There's no doubt about that. But when your primary focus is, okay, let me just go and market this person and all that, it's not making sense. Okay, so I'm going to be inviting a very powerful man, Mr. Reke Okanowo, and that's the Dean of Forex in our community, a very powerful one, and I call him a passionate trader, not just a professional trader, a passionate trader. So when somebody is passionate about what he's doing, he's going to go beyond his best. So he will go in sacrificing beyond his best to get the best out or an outstanding result. So please stay calm, take attention and be at. Now somebody was chatting with me about Evergreen FFS and I was disappointed. And what was he said? Why have not signed up on Evergreen FFS that, I may not have time to trade. To be very honest with you, and it's on Plan B community for how many years? And say, why have not signed up with this Evergreen FFS? no, I'm too busy. I may not have time to trade. That's why I didn't sign up. I say, okay, I'm not a good person when it comes to that. I just say, oh, sorry. Okay, no problem. There's no need. Because if somebody is going to be asking me that you don't know how to trade, that's why he didn't sign up, he never get prepared. So I don't know what I should be telling the person. So thank you very much, Mr. Reka Panabot. You're welcome. So, digest for us around the Evergreen as our tool, and then both on the passive and of course the leverage residual affiliate system on it and how it works practically. So please, let's be attentive. You're welcome. God bless you, sir.
All right, sir. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone on the call this morning. Thank you so very much for the elaborate eye-opening this morning. I tell people, those who I say, there's no time I'm with you that I don't learn something new. Each time you present, each time I'm with you, I always learn something new. But I know it may not be the same for everybody. We are different as people, and we are different as individuals. So what I may have caught, you may not have seen that. And that is why we are different. So if you are here and you are not learning, then you need to pay more attention. You need to open your heart. You need to open your ears at the same time. Number one, there's difference between hearing and listening. You may be hearing everything the person said, but you may not have been listening because your attention is not there. So if your attention is not where you were per time, whatever is being said or whatever is being done in that place, if you are asked a few minutes later, you may not be able to tell anything that has transpired within that space. So please, I beg us to pay attention. I beg us to just these next few minutes to listen to this. A good number of us here have had the message of Evergreen FFS before, or we also have persons who are new. But just like my boss will say, one of the blessings of 2022 is actually giving us Evergreen FFS. I've talked to a number of persons on this, and I've been sharing. That's what I've been doing. I've not really talked to much persons directly. What I've been doing is share. I share to people, different platforms, WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram. I've shared, okay? And I know time will come when someone will ask me, but you did not talk to me about it. I will go back to those messages and say, well, I shared with you. It's just that you didn't pay attention or you didn't want to give it any response. So welcome to Evergreen FFS. I'm going to share my screen. Let me share my screen. It's going to be a short one. In the next 30 minutes, I should be through. So it's now 11 a.m. So by 11:30, I would have been through with my own session. All right, so welcome to a limitless world of abundance. I believe you can see my screen, right? If you can see my screen, put 111 on the chat box. If you can see my screen, please put in 111 on the chat box. It will let me know that I'm not talking to myself and people can hear me and also can see my screen. 111 on the chat box, please. Okay. That's a confirmation that I'm not talking to myself. So, who is Evergreen FFS? Who is Evergreen FFS? Now, Evergreen FFS is a decentralized AI Forex bot, okay? Evergreen FFS is a decentralized system. It's a service provider in the Forex space. It's a service provider in the Forex space. So what kind of service do they render? The kind of service Evergreen FFS render is trading the financial market on your behalf. It's trading the financial market on your behalf. Now, in Evergreen FFX, you don't need to, just like Boss said that someone just talked to him recently and the person was talking about that the reason why he has not had time he has not signed up on Evergreen FFS is because he does not have the time, all right, to be looking at trade or to be trading and all of that. So which means the person has not really paid attention to understand what Evergreen FFS is. Because if you have the attention, if you pay attention and you have the understanding, you will know how to approach it. So what Evergreen does is go into the market on your behalf. You don't need to lift a finger. You don't need to lift an arm. All you need to do is just to subscribe and connect your account. It's as simple as that. Now, what Evergreen FFS is not? Evergreen FFS is not a broker. Okay? Please take note. Evergreen FFS is not a broker. And Evergreen FFS accepts any broker as long as the broker server is available on the platform. So Evergreen FFS is not forcing any broker on you to say you must use this. No. You have the choice to choose any broker of your choice. It's just like you have GTB, Zenith Bank, First Bank, name them. We have a good number of them. You just look at their services and you decide to choose one and you work with. Maybe you have 3 or 4 different accounts with different banks. That is how the brokers are in this financial space. So it's your choice to choose any broker. They don't interfere with whoever you choose as a broker. So that became one of the first assurance that I got with Evergreen FFS. Now we have different schemes that have come and gone, promises, heaven and earth and all of that. Some of these ones, they are the broker themselves and they are the AI bots. And you do not have access to this broker, all right? You just, when you sign up with them, they are the one to just send you your login details and you log in and you begin to see what happened. And at the end of the day, it became a different story. Okay, so we've seen a lot of them in the past, but this one is something very different. Now, number 2, Evergreen FFS is not an investment company. Like I said earlier, they are providing you with a service, and the service is trading on your behalf. Because we need to take note of all of this point, because the better you understand this, all right, the better your heart will be open to say, oh, this is what I want to do. This is the kind of place I want to get myself involved in or not. Now, it's not an investment company. It's not a fund management firm. And now, Evergreen FFS does not have access to your fund. They do not have access to your money. And that is why at the end of every 20 trading day cycle, you are the one to pay them the service for the service they have rendered you. We're going to come to that. They have rendered you a service. Every month you pay for the service. So the money is coming from you. You are disconnected when you fail to pay for the service they have rendered you. So that makes the system a very unique system, a very unique system. Now, I'm just trying to give an overview of Evergreen FFS before we go straight into the presentation. It's a very short one. Think about 4 or 5 slides. Now, one of the things, as a Forex trader, as someone who has been in the space for a while, my little time I have been in the space, and it has been non-stop. I have never gone on break since I found myself in this space. I have never gone on 1 week break. I've always been there, day in, day out, no holiday. All right. And one of the things, again, that makes Evergreen FFS unique, we've seen a lot of bots. We've seen a lot of bots. I've been in the space and I've seen bots. Now, 99.9% of bots I have seen, they failed within the first 1 month. Why? Because they are static bots. They are built based on commands. They are written programs and they execute based on the program. So they do not understand what fundamentals are. So what happens is that whenever it is time for those both economic news and macro news, macro fundamentals, anything of that nature just crashes them because they are not built to withstand such moves. So that's why you see that they go within the first month. Now, most of these bots, when people who come across them will be preaching about them for you, they'll tell you, I started using this bot last week. It has done 400% for me. Yes, the same way you did 400% and you now went and increased your capital because you know, why this thing is doing this much. By the time I put $5,000, $500, then in 2 months, I should be a multi. As soon as you launch that, it will crash everything, collect both the one it has given to you before and the one you have just brought. And the system will so deal with you such that you go and even look for more money to borrow, that looking at it, that maybe that was an error, you need to put more again so that by the time it begins to work again, you know. So that made, for someone like me and a number of persons does not believe in bots. But I came across this and it became different. I'm telling you my personal testimony because this bot has been running since July, but I started mid November. My account was connected on the 17th of November. Why? Because I was observing, I was looking at, is this really true? Could this be true? Could this be true? And the report kept coming in, and they have seen different 3 months past. They have seen real fundamentals in the last 3, even the one that was the most rugged. I think September or so was very rugged. They survived it. Say, wow, if that was the case, I attended the first presentation. I now found myself in the Port Harcourt event. That was where I made up my mind and I paid for my subscription same day. So to cut the long story short, Evergreen FFS is different from all that you may have known before now. All right, so welcome to the world of limitless abundance. A limitless world of abundance. Evergreen FFS is the name of the company. Abundance is here. Okay, so Evergreen FFS, like I mentioned earlier, is a decentralized system that leverages on artificial intelligence using the wealth of experience provided by experts in the digital space. Now, say we have the best automated and migration system that is second to none. Now, why would they say that is second to none? Because frankly, it is second to none. Like I said, I have never seen this type before. Now, their system is hybrid. It's not static. Now, in as much as it's a bot, there are persons 24/7 behind this system that are optimized. That is, this system is optimized based on the present market condition. So it is not fixed. That is why they can shut down for the Christmas break. Because number one, during the Christmas, a good number of firms, a good number of institutions go on holiday. And what happened in the market? There is no volatility in the market because liquidity is out of the market. And what makes volatility, what brings about volatility in the market is liquidity. When there's no liquidity, there'll be no movement. Movement, when we talk about volatility, we're talking about the movement, either buying or selling. So what you just be seeing most of this time would be consolidation. You just see a deceiving candle that will tell you that it wants to buy. You enter that you want to buy. As soon as you enter, the thing goes down. By the time you go down, say, okay, now that the thing is going down, let me sell. So, but this is a system that is being optimized and is being handled very well. So the system shut down to also go on, at least on holiday for such a period. And even as we speak, the system is not connected yet. But hopefully from Monday, almost all the firms, almost all the establishments, the institutions, everybody, a good number of them have started trading presently. But by Monday, it will be more like 100% resumption. So I believe by Monday, the system will be connected back and the dollars will start rolling in. So our key words are sustainability. Please take note. Sustainability, reliability, and transparency. We connect the world to the abundance in the digital space. We live in the future. Permit us to welcome you to the future. Now, one of the things why you have to at least have some peace of mind working with Evergreen FFS, they have delivered on their promise for month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and month 5. Then the confidence that the money is not even with them, the money is with you, is with a broker. So your trust should be between you and your broker, not between you and Evergreen FFS. So these are things you want to look at. These are things you want to consider. Now, someone called me yesterday to say he wants to see me if I'm at home. I said, yes. I was asking, any issue, sir? He said, no problem, that he's coming with one of his pastor colleague, because he's actually a pastor. He's coming with another pastor, you know, to see me. At first, I was afraid. I said, I hope I've not committed anything, because he is my pastor, you know. Said, okay, sir, no problem, I'm at home. Then they came. Now, one of the things that surprised me the most was that, you know, just like we're talking about sharing, you know, I've been sharing because that's what I've been taught to do. I don't market people right now, and I don't talk to individuals somehow now. I have stopped talking to individuals. Won't you do this? But I just want to make sure that I'm sharing this and you are saying it, and I'm trying to break it down in such a way that you see the points that I'm trying to make. So he came. Can you imagine? Sorry, please, sorry. Sorry, please. So he came and, excuse me 1 second. Please, sorry for the break in transmission, something I couldn't just overlook. I needed to just make sure I correct what was going wrong. Okay, so talking about, so my pastor came with another pastor, and at the end of the day, to my greatest shock, it was about Evergreen FFS. He has been seeing my posts, he has been seeing all the testimony, he has been seeing something, and he has said, this 2023, he wants to put money somewhere, and he didn't just want to talk to me over the phone. Didn't want to talk to me over the phone. He wanted to make sure that he comes to the house to see me. Meanwhile, this other pastor has been in the same trend with him, and he has shared with him to say, wow, there is this person we need to meet, we need to talk to. So I was so surprised and honored, you know, and even they didn't come for me to preach to them because he has been seeing everything. What he just wanted was an advice. Okay, this is what and what I have available. What do you think? And this fly and all of that. So why am I saying all of this? I'm saying all of this because the message has sunk into some persons. Some persons may have received the message, but they don't have the money readily available yet. They are waiting. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that Evergreen FFS is a blessing. I'm not saying that Evergreen FFS is the best or the place everybody must be. No, but I think this 2023, if there's anywhere one needs to put in something and bring in the yield from there to begin to put into different projects, it should be Evergreen FFS. So the mission of Evergreen FFS is to create a sustainable, decentralized system that will enable people to experience the abundance in the digital space. So why trade Forex? I don't want to go much into this. We all know all of this. Forex is the biggest, the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. And it trades 24/7, 5 days a week. So the market is open for you and I, and it trades 7 trillion daily turnover. So you want to ask yourself, I was doing an arithmetic, you know. I said, even if you are to take 0.0001% of that, if you do the arithmetic, you know what that is? 0.00001% from that market every day. It's too huge. It's too huge. So that is the reason why you should be here. Now, this system has made it possible for us to, you don't need to have gone through the education. You don't have to go through viewing the charts every day to be part of this. So why artificial intelligence? Now, artificial intelligence is already here. I know people still say it's the future, but I want to tell you that artificial intelligence is here. Because everything we do today, even our TV, our smart TV, our smartphone, what is driving them is AI. You may not have been told or you may not know, but that is true. Now, there are different applications now. All you just need to do is to speak. As you speak, it's typing. There are different laptops now. You don't need to type. Just begin to speak, and the laptop will be typing what you speak. At the end of the day, you just edit. And the beautiful thing about this thing is that it's even going to be giving you paragraphs, giving you punctuation marks, full stops, and all of that. Those are AI. We're talking about stores that you can go and do buying without talking to a human. You just key in what you wanted, and you just your card and payment is made, and you carry your stuff and you disappear. That is AI. Talking about emotional management. Now, if you trade Forex yourself, you will understand that it's different when you trade Forex with demo and when you have not introduced your money. You know, when we started trading Forex, a good number of persons, I was not patient enough to wait for months before I started trading with a live account. But there was one guy who traded for 6 months. He was still trading demo. This guy built a $5,000 account to 800 and something thousand. I mean, $5,000 account to 800 and something thousand in that 6 months. But when he funded his account for the first time, he funded $1,000, and this guy blew that $1,000 in 2 days. Why? Emotions. Now, if you can actually impute a trade and you forget about the trade, you have already set your parameters, your trade will run, you know, it will do all the up and down, and at the end of the day, it will still do what you have asked him to do. But because it's not your money on demo, you never care to look at it. Then when it becomes your money, because there is this attachment, emotions, you just go there and say, this thing is going, the negative is too big, this will finish my account, you just close it. That's number one. Then talking about risk management, you know, you have a $100 account and you are using 0.01. Yes, let's assume you still manage to use 0.01, and you are having 6-7 trades at the same time. That is not proper risk management. Then this system makes money for you while you sleep. This system makes money for you while you sleep. So how do I come in? How do I become a part of this? It's simple, just $200 one-time subscription, and you have access to this board for life. $200 one-time subscription, you have access for life. And the system promises 20 to 35% monthly return, okay? 20 to 35% monthly return. So the system trades, all right, is not a daily yield, it's not a daily ROI, but is a system believing that some weeks may be bad, some weeks may be good, some days may be bad. No matter how bad it is, at the end of the month, there should be something, all right, to go home with. So that is why the system is not promising you daily profit, but it's promising you a cycle of 1 month. So 5 ways to earn from Evergreen FFS. 5 ways to earn from Evergreen FFS. The first is the trading profit. Now, everybody connected to Evergreen FFX and the daily profit, which is the passive, and the trading profit, which is the passive income. Someone was chatting me yesterday when I posted for this training today, and she was chatting me that she's going to come on board this my business, but she does not have the energy to talk to anyone about it. I said, why not? There's no issue. It's not a task that you must talk to the next person. You can just connect your account and you are good to go. You don't need to talk to anybody. You know, that one is a choice. Okay. Then there are people here who may belong to that category. It's not a task that you must refer somebody. So, but you belong to the class that I belong. You want to talk to the next person. Now, one of the things about referral, first is not because you want to make the money from it or because you're a marketer. Most times we do this thing out of love. You have seen somewhere that is yielding something for you. You want to share with your neighbor. You want to share with your friends. All right, that is sharing. So it's not really based on the fact that you want to get the referral bonus. But the system says because you have done this, this is what you should get and this is what you ought to get. That is where it is. Although we have a good number of us who are also doing it to earn, yes, all right? But there are people which that is not really the primary thing, but you have seen something that is good. Why not share? It does not take anything out of you, because tomorrow the person will ask you, wow, we've been suffering together and you have this opportunity. You never deemed it fit to talk to me about it. Now you are making money alone. You feel bad, okay? So for those of us in this category, you earn referral bonus and it's 10%. Now that referral bonus is 10% of the board subscription. Please take note. It's 10% of the board subscription. So for the $200, you earn $20, okay? Now, the next one is profit sharing. Now, everybody you bring on board directly, who you sponsor directly, when they connect to the board and they make profits every month, they pay back 20% to Evergreen FFS as service charge. Now, Evergreen FFS in turn will not give you 10% for those persons you sponsor directly. So that is a profit share. So let me just paint a picture. Someone is trading with $1,000, and at the end of the month, the system is able to generate 20% of that $1,000, which is $200. Now, that person will pay 20% of $200, which is $40 to Evergreen FFS. Now, Evergreen FFS will in turn give the person who has introduced this person $4 as 10%. So this $4 is what we call the profit share, all right? So there's also ranking commission. I'm going to that's in the next page, but before that, there's also broker commission. Broker commission may not be open to everybody, but there are people who are affiliates to brokers, who are IB to broker, you know. In the course of introducing people to Evergreen FFS, you also maybe give them a choice of broker to say, okay, this is the broker I use, you can use this one or that one. The broker actually give rebates, all right, for trades, because broker charge commission, broker charge spread. So from those spreads and commission, there is a percentage, although they are minimal, but there's what goes to the affiliates, the IB, who actually have shared such. So that's another way of earning for people who are ready to share this opportunity. So talking about the ranking bonus, ranking bonus actually starts from the rank of leader, and each person you introduce between your first and third generation, you earn 100 points. Each person gives you 100 points. So your first 10 people within your first three generations. Now, when I mean 3 generations, you introduce Mr. A. A is your first generation. Mr. A introduced Mr. B. B is your second generation. Mr. B introduced Mr. C. C is your third generation. All right. So whatever happened within these 3 generations makes up your ranking bonus. So your first 10 downline gives you 1,000 points. That brings you up to the rank of a leader. And when you become a leader, the system pays you $100 as ranking bonus. The next rank is business builder. You need 50 direct downline, 50 downline in your team of the 3 generation to become a business builder, and you earn $500 as rank commission. The next one is Sapphire Executive. You must have gotten up to 100 persons, 100 downline in your team, and you earn $1,000. The next one is 1,100, which is Sapphire Director. You earn $5,000, and so on to the last rank, which is 100 and 120 members within your 3 generations, and you earn $300,000. So this is the ranking commission. So this is the offer for Evergreen FFS. I'm going to, let me stop share. I'm going to show us something else now. Let me just check for it. For those of us who still want to do this, let me share my screen again. Those of us who still want to do this, let me just show you something about people you introduce. I'm talking about the profit share. Now, the profit share is actually residual income. Now, one of the things that can happen to you when we talk about, there's nothing as sweet as residual income, because residual income is, even while you are sleeping, is counting. Now, residual income makes you smile every morning when you wake up. Residual income makes you smile. You just wake up and you just begin to smile because you are not expecting it. It's just coming. It's just coming as it's happening. Now, so take for instance that you have 100 people that you have introduced to Evergreen FFS, and these 100 people are trading with $1,000. Now, $1,000, that would be $100,000, okay? And the system generates 20% profit for them in 1 month. That would be $4,000 paid as 20% to Evergreen FFS. And Evergreen FFS will in turn now give you 10% of this $4,000, okay? And which is $400 monthly. So your system begins to grow and you have this much, which would be 500,000 trading equity on your team. And what you'll be, for 20% we're still using, now that would be $20,000 that will go back to, that will go to Evergreen FFS. And 10% of that $20,000 is $2,000 monthly. Now you can actually build this to a level that you'll be earning up to $10,000 every month from residual income. It's possible. It may not happen in 1 year, but in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how this system grows and how it lasts and how persistent you are in building and bringing people every day, you can get to a level of earning $10,000 a monthly as residual income. Thank you very much for the opportunity, boss. This is my assignment. If I have any other assignments, I'm going to also do well to show us that. I know we talked about trading, those who will be interested in learning and also trading. When that opportunity comes, I'll also be available to talk to Ross again. Thank you very much, boss, for the opportunity. If there's any question, the question can still come in while I stop my share for now. God bless you, sir.
That's a lovely one. I'm sure value was added and gotten straight away. And ladies and gentlemen, I think, yeah, I'm sure by next week, because this training will run today in the evening by 8 p.m. again, and then tomorrow 2 p.m. and on Sunday, of course, our general review, but we are going to discuss more detail about this. And then by next week, I'm sure the Dean of Forest will have fine-tuned how we are going to be starting the 2 weeks basic, all right, online. And then for those of us who will be interested, to get connected. And added to it, we will be doing a lot of follow-up because we mean business, and that's the truth. And of course, staging when we do connected and registered members training, maybe Friday, next week again. And prospect, we will talk about it and we'll post the update, the memo on how it's going to go, because we've discovered that even when you have good thing, because those are the things that ginger does. If you have good thing and you refuse to share, and you complain that people are being affected with bad thing, so what effort have you made to give them good thing that you have? Because that's where most time when I sit down, I begin to think, I say, why people like Ponzi scheme and all of that. The question you've asked yourself, okay, do you have good thing? Have you shared with anybody? And if you have not shared, you have no any moral justification to say, why are they doing Ponzi scheme? Of course, they are looking for something to do. Everyone is looking for how to earn additional income and all of that. Just a moment, guys.
All right, I think it's network.
No, it's not network.
Okay.
I'll have just a little fractions there.
Okay.
So like I was saying, we're not playing jamboree here. So the question I ask myself, except we don't ponder on things, you can't blame people that they get, yes, fine. There are persons that no matter what to do, just like we're in Plan B now, some of us have access to so many informations, but of course, everybody should not, you can't tell everybody to do what to do. But you can't blame people when they wake up, because everybody wants to better their lives. And we don't have something to give to them. In fact, that was why, you had David Ofori was talking about, in fact, it was a very good thing that could happen to us. We have evergreen FFS, not just because we're looking at it, we are going to do this. We saw it that, okay, imagine like, the information he just gave about, his spiritual father coming to his house and asking, what will he do? And you agree with me, if you are a very sincere, genuine person, no matter how you have other projects around, the first one you will be very free and happy to mention to such person is how to just connect his account, because he cannot just start learning and start implementing earning. So the first one you want to recommend for him to get started with, it's going to be Evergreen FFS. That's the truth. Why? Because number one, you can set a broker account, which you know that the money is not going to be with you, sincerely speaking. And then after he connected his account, when trades start, he's going to be seeing the gradual little money added to his account. And he's aware that, okay, so in case of emergency, he can even, I have somebody come to office last year, and then what he has in the account is around maybe, I don't know, I've forgotten, was around, was it $3,000 or something? And he said he needed to do something with money. And is it possible for him to take out $2,000 out of it and leave $1,000 there? I said, yes. I said, oh, is it true? I said, yeah. And we did. We move it out, and I said, well, this money, we're not going to move it to anywhere. We off your Binance. We moved the USDT to his Binance and all of that. And then we did everything, and it was converted to his, his personal, Naira account and all. He was like, wow, this is lovely. Now, this is a person who do not have time for anything, but basically he could start from that. We now say, okay, if that is the case, If they are getting some money here gradually, then it's not easy for us to be able to be putting them through, because the truth of the matter is that knowing the market, understanding how to like leverage on the market is going to help them a lot over time, but you can't punch that on them immediately. Then expressing and then the diversification to spread to other tentacles is going to help them so much as possible. So now by next week, by the grace of God, I know definitely they're going to be like 2 weeks basics, maybe side by side. If we finalize that, we will kick off the marathon. Of course, the marathon, 90 days marathon will start. Then side by side with basic on the FX. And of course, the other tools we're going to be using for the crypto, like let me quickly share my page. And then before you ask questions, because we have to wrap up by 12, and then so that we call it today. If you are on our forum, and of course you have met with your leader, and you have signed up for CoinW, please go and verify your account. If you're finding it difficult to verify your account, that because you do not see Nigeria there, it's there. Now, it's just that it's not alphabetical order. So go and verify your account. Because why? Once we do, and you have been able to fund, no matter how little about it, I will have to connect you to their various groups, okay? For other maybe follow-up informations, trainings, and all of that, what to get. Like I told us that they have Signa Rights, CoinW. I just tried to, okay. So those of you who want to you want to be taking some trade, yeah, why not? You can be taking some trade if you want to. But of course, we're not going to just leave you like that, where you are taking trade, okay, like the short, sorry about that. Okay, so this date, okay, 4th, that was 3 days ago, right? Short trade. I just needed to check this. Okay, so they short a trade, so people to just be able to leverage, some of those things. I'm just trying to, paraphrase for us so that you can follow up over time. So I expected us to register, verify your account. Now, but take note, of course, it's not a new exchange. Some person may be thinking it's about 5 years. You see when they wrote that they're doing 5 years anniversary and all of that. It's just that they created, that is the dynamics, created the kind of support system to help people have soft landing. That's all. And with that, it will help people, to start from there and then begin to grow and all of that. Because we have concern for everyone around, not just like the rabble-rouser system of just hit people left and right and said, speaking plenty in English for people. No. So you're going to do that. Then outside that, we say project diversifications. Of course, in the project diversification, we say we're going to just handpick from, we're going to handpick from our cash flow system. Of course, many of you know that we have some project now, cash flow system. Take note of this. In our project diversifications, outside not even only the project available, because another thing I would love, some of us who are registered on a platform called this thing, if you're a trader, I would love you to attend. Maybe I will ask Joshua, if Joshua is on the call, I will ask him, because they used to have training period for traders. So you can attend. So these are tools, these are information, learning. Joshua, are you in the house? If he's in the house, I will ask him. If it's not, I will ask him what time, because I know that they used to have season, they do training, live training and trading calls, they pick calls. It's a web trading on CryptoBox exchange. So you follow up, gather some of those tools. Because I saw the CEO is always with them, taking them through different tools of the market. And on the web, forex web trading, they on their portal, and both the forex, the commodity market, the crypto market, and all of that. So you can follow up. Especially those of our crypto boss, some of us, we have our passive income, we're just compounding there. So vis-a-vis, and then please, I beg you people, I beg everyone, you're on our forum, always pay attention. We don't have the luxury of time to just because we want to just make people to laugh. That is why we come and post things. No. Now, look, I was just playing with this thing now. This sizzle, I bought at $34. Now it's already $56. You know, $34, $38, $38. It's already at $56. I'm just an example. Why? Because the time just permit that. Look at it as we're just talking that sizzle was blah, 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 blah. Look at what had just happened. Yeah, so let me just show you here. So please, I need us to always be gallant. Look at it saying, we have 62%, it was 77% drop in 24 hours. And in 1 hour, there was a quick recovery of 33%. All right. Now, why? It's a tool. You don't need to be a friend to anything. Be a friend to cash is going to deliver to you. But if you don't know how to trade or how to behave like a casino house, you always lose. All right. Now, sentiment of this guy is the best company. No, not best company. You saw the recovery. Of course, you should know that it's going to be having issues going up. It's going to be hindering around for a while because there are so many resistance ahead of time for him. So, but if you come bounce back here now and go up, but even from this base, if you go up here more again, I can sell. I'm just using a practical example just to experiment. So when you are in a forum and then we post some things and update, read meaning to what we send. Get sense out of nonsense. Don't just say this year coin they are just talking about. But there are crazy moves on it that will make insane money. So your concern is the move, not the coin. And eventually, he may be doing that nonsense over the years and all of that. And people will be making money. I can tell you honestly speaking, there are some persons now who will be on the forum and they will be complaining of nothing is happening. Meanwhile, because you understand your sentiment of project diversification and you're making a lot of money. Me and you can invest on the same platform and the thing will be growing and be going and I will make more money more than you and we'll spend the same money in the same project. You know why? Let me use an example of this season, for instance. Or let me use an example of Mavi Ultron as part of our cash flow system. Look at it. What do we do? Mavi Ultron has the Mavi platform. We invested, some of us maybe 2,000, some invested on to be a validator and all of that. Now, this is what happened. While we have invested, we know good number of people on Mavi. The only thing they understood and know about Mavi was just, yes, they invested on the staking on Mavi platform. They are building the network marketing and any other thing they don't know. But in the same company, while that is what we call project diversification, in the same company, while people are making money, fine, they are making a lot of money building the network. We too, that have some little affiliate we build, we make some money there, right? Now, the same coin now came out and said, oh, this is what we are doing. We are doing our Ultron swap. I'm just being practical for us so that when you start, get this sentiment of this is the best company and that is what I know. I don't have time. Some will call it distraction and all of that. The question you ask yourself, my focus is 5 years financial freedom, 5 years to financial freedom. So any other thing around can be ingredient. And then they now came up with the farming. Right? Farming is okay. You can see when I predicted that eventually the farming will go down to maybe 30 or 25% APY and it may get stabilized that time. But since last year, August, when we started the farming, August, September, October to almost November, 4 months, it was still range from 300 and something percent to 150%. Now, if that is the case, for 4 months was a range of 320 to 150%. If we take the average, let's say 150, 220, 320, 250. So you take it this way. So that's what you need to, because it's your business, you are going to be committed. You now look at, okay, 320 from the start. So let's say a month, all right, plus 250, right, plus 220, right, plus 150. Okay, so that's about 940 divided by 4. That means on the average of 235. So let's cut it down that in that 4 months, was average of 200,000. APY. So 200% APY, 200% APY, divide by 12. I know, forget this arithmetic, I just want to be practical with you. That's going to be average of 16% per month. So multiply by 4. Okay, that means you have already done 66% of asset growth. 66% of asset growth. Forget about the price growth. 66% of asset growth. So that means if you have farmed what of, let's say, what you farm connected to your Mavi, because when you come in, you know, it was around 0.028 as its price. Now, so what to spend in was like, say, let's say even as small as $500. So $500 divided by 0.028. Okay, that's about 17,857 Utron. Half will be in BUSD, half will be. So let's say now divide by 2. So that's about 8,900 and something. So let's say, give and take, what we were able to do on the Utron was 10,000. So 10,000, 60-something percent, all right, 66%. Is that so? I think so. 16.7% or so. 16.7 multiplied by 4, thereabouts. I just know. Right, 66%. So 10,000, 66% is 6,600 asset growth of your Mavi. Now, remember, as at that time when you were buying, the Mavi was 0.02. Now, so your 10,000, and remember, because of the growth price, that your USDT2 was growing with it. So now, if the 10,000 plus 6,600, that is 16,600. Now, 16,600, because at that time was about 10 cents, 16,600 multiplied by 0.1. That's 1,600. Now, listen, organically, you see that your USDT equivalent to that volume of that coin, organically is 1,660. So 1,660 plus 1,660. I know this calculation I'm doing is beyond your head, don't worry. So 1,660 plus 1,660. So your money will be $3,320 for 4 months and $500. Yes. So now, with that, as at the time I was telling us, okay, now if you want to sell, you can sell part of your money, your coin and all of that, you know, because as the price was going to come down, then imagine you sold only $2,000 and the remaining one, you just leave it there. Now, as the price come down to about that 5, we say 5,557, and it did, right? And it did. We say 5,557, and it did. So what exactly were you going to do? Was very simple for you to say, this is ULX, and we keep the structure for it. I just hope somebody is going to be learning and be applying important thing in this 2023. Okay? Okay. Now, this is ULX. Okay? Now, you can see the structure we set for it. And we came down to that 545 something. We say, okay, we bought back. And look at it. First segment of it, we have the staking. And second segment of it, we are building the affiliate. Some of us, like me, maybe I will become something, a leader or something, maybe I can collect $500. Guess what happened? That $500, if it's paid to me, what do you think I'm going to use it for? To buy a share? No, it's going to go for another project. That's the crazy thing. Now, that is 1, you stake it. 2, you are building the affiliate. 3, you are doing the farming. 4, you are trading the coin. You do now. What helps us to be able to structure what's it called? The technical analysis of it. We have access to the macro information, which is the macro news. And what's the macro information? We have access where, you know, we are part of the ecosystem of the coin, and we know when they say they are going to do this there. So it creates a mind of holders to like, no, we need to have this coin. And you could see that literally, if you look at it, literally, imagine from here to here is 38%, from here to here. And from here to here, look at it, Anyway, I know the people I owe much are people who are committed to following. Now, look at it. This is 50-something percent, not regular, okay? This 56-something percent, this place, this is 38%, and now your farming continue, and then you, so that's what we call project diversification. Eventually, in the project diversification, let's say you put in much money here. Now, for instance, like the CISU I explained, if somebody who have used $100 and he get $2,300 on CISU, and he have the one in the back office that is still accumulating for him. And the second one is that he have $2,300 from $100. The simple thing is, and my evergreen FFL, what should I do? I take $1,000 and add to my, so that will become my cash bulk, a vault. It become your vault. Eventually, you can see literally, you may grow your evergreen FFS broker account up to $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. And so when the bear market will come to the barest minimum, you'll be happy because you have some resources to pull out from. Okay, so I think enough of this. I will going to, you have questions, please, you can put up your hand so that I can allow you to ask questions, and then we attend to them because we need to shut down at exactly 12 noon. All right, so please, anyone with questions, please put up your hand so that you can be giving attention to unmute you and you ask your question. So please, and if you cannot unmute or you cannot raise your digital hands, you can type your question on the chat box. So please, let's do that very quickly. We have 7 minutes to do that now so that we wrap up this meeting and then get prepared for the night. Okay, this is Wuche. All right, Wuche, unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Good morning from here.
Good morning.
First of all, let me commend you. Actually, you need the water.
Thank you very much.
That'll be all right. I did hear you said that Evergreen FFX
Yes.
hopefully will resume by Monday next week.
Yes, there's that possibility there.
Okay. Well,
That's the trading. Activity is on there, but the trading, because they step aside for low liquidity. If as last year when they were, before they talked about low liquidity, we were already talking about low liquidity, and then I think 2-3 days after, they too now came out and said, wow, that means these guys really know what they are doing. Yeah.
okay. Next again is I want to have a video. I don't know how possible this can be actually. I want to have a video on how to connect the API, or in other words, how to link the
Your
Evergreen FFS, yes, with my broker Binance. Exactly. So I would like to have that because I'm already as I speak with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we have done a lot of videos about that. We'll make it available and then give and take. I hope you are connected. Are you on our forums? Any one of our forums?
Yes, I'm in I'm in both forums. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Always on the one of how do you call it? Yeah, next gen, Sbrook, what broadcasts.
Okay,
many of them.
Don't worry. I think
from where I've gotten you to this level of a Zoom meeting, I think yes, I have.
Okay, what is going to happen is that the video is going to be made available, and at the same time, I think Dean of Forest will do justice to directing you, and then perhaps I'm sure you have used your leaders link to register on Evergreen FFS already. Have you done that?
I think I'm registered via my leader. Yeah.
Okay, because that is a paramount thing. So if you have registered via your leader, then the video will be made available. I've done video, but I wouldn't mind after this training, we can do a short video, and so that to make it more simpler, and then we'll pass it across so that you can use it to connect your broker and all of that, how to do about it. The video will be made available as prompt as possible.
I appreciate.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. That will be all for now.
Okay, Mr. Simplicity.
So I when he was asking the question, I think he maybe a slip of tongue. He mentioned Binance.
Okay, yeah, maybe by the time we bring out this, you will now see the broker we're using is not
So,
finance, not exchange, but broker. Yeah, I overheard that.
So you should know that he's dealing with broker.
Yes, sir.
So I think let him have much direct contact with
His leader, director person.
the leader, and also talk with a record, because the connection, those code, everything he needs so that he will be able to connect right.
Yes.
Because if he missed the step to connect again, he has to meet the support.
Yes.
And that will take much time.
More time, yes, sir.
All right, I think he has. I'm not sure he has done the registration, because he's actually in those groups. Those groups we create. So I think when we did Port Harcourt event for Next Gen.
I see.
Yes. So I'm not sure he has done that. You may need to chat with me, sir.
Yes.
You will need to chat with me. Yeah, you may need to chat with me. Let me provide you with every other thing that you need.
Yes. So, Mr. Uche, you will have to chat with the Dean of Forest, Mr. Rekio Panobo, and it will give you every detail you need. Number one, the signing on, and then the broker, and a lot of those details, and that can be done as soon as possible. Immediately we are off. Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. She came through Mrs. Nebo. Okay, and got registered. Okay, so which means yes, I think she was invited through Nebo for that meeting. Okay, so she says she has registered, he has registered. Okay, so it's the connection that is remaining. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's
all
good.
the same, all the same. All right, any other question? Okay. Any other question, anyone? Okay, I could see chat. Let me check. So we have 3 minutes to shut down. Okay. So please, any other question? If you have questions, you can ask Ken so that before we shut down and call it today, see us in 8 p.m. tonight. Right? So as operation permits us, we unfold a lot of things and then so that we can move forward together. All right. I think there are no questions. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. So I want to say something.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, please, it's pertinent that we really share, because if you observe, somehow most of us who are here, if not 90%, are those who are always here. Okay, so let's try to at least share this far and wide, get people to be part of what we are doing. Some persons don't take this thing seriously because of how you must have passed the message. But there's a way you pass the message, and the person will say, wow, okay, let me even go and hear what they are saying. And these are the people who really need this. But because of what has happened in this space, a good number of people are skeptical, they don't want to just get themselves involved in anything. So it depends on how you position yourself and how you share what you need to share. So let's share so that we get people invited for this evening's training. It's going to be worthwhile.
We owe people sharing. I must tell you, we owe people sharing. Yeah, we don't owe people, hype. We don't owe people make believe, but sharing. Everyone who God has helped to see opportunity to use to help himself, you owe everyone the sharing. Like myself, I tell friends, if there's anything I owe anyone around me, just like giving back to your community or your society, if there's anything I owe anybody, irrespective that my friend, my enemy, anybody, is the sharing. I must share to be justified. So to fulfill righteousness, you owe everybody sharing. And then if you share honorably, and they just like what Dino Ferreira said, share, the normal way ought to be shared, not like stereotyping and all of that. And you will imagine how many souls you will save. I'm telling you, honestly speaking, save from Ponzi schemes, save from poverty, save from troubles, save from so many things, save from divorce, save from different things, because a lot of things are going on because of, money problem and all of that. So let's share on our social media, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, or everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Let's share as much as possible. So please, it's important. Okay. Dina Forrest, you say something again? Okay. All right.
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. See you tonight by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That's West African time. Invite your friends everywhere and let us move together to help as much as possible. The way you help more of your neighbor to make, then you can have peace ahead of you. If you want to make it alone, you are already invoking a lot of no peace ahead of you, because I can tell you, envy, strife will begin to set in, and then you wish you have shared before now. All right. Thank you very much. The video, the recording will be made available, of course, maybe for reference sake over the time. And then, so go back. Those of you who have not started your connected your Evergreen FFS, you don't know when trade may just get started. So we're going to connect your Evergreen FFS. And those of you who have not started, I think it's important you get started right now, and let's flow together. Then your CoinW, go and verify your account. Okay, don't worry. Mr. Unche, your CoinW, I think Madam Nebo is going to give you a link, and then you sign up. You don't pay anything to sign up on CoinW. It's free and all of that. So thank you very much, everyone. Do not have a nice time. God bless you. Bye.